Nothing like the NBA for Turkey Day. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. A contest between conferences, Oracle Arena, Oakland, California, where the Warriors take their home floor. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Heat, the big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3, and it's Dragic in the 1. Thompson for 3. Again, the miss by Thompson. And here are the Heat now. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And nothing went well offensively on this night for them. They were just completely disjointed.
Yeah, you could call it the 3 Ds. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, or whatever else you wanted to use to describe that would be appropriate. Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Here's Curry after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. Curry passes to Bogut. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Outside Curry. Clock at 6. And it's Bogut atop the key. Shot is no good. And Miami the other way now. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one. Here's Dragic from outside. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. It's stolen by Dragic. Down low. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Miami shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That free throw good from Wade. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8. Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Whiteside against Curry. And the jam by Whiteside.
My goodness, he sure.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15 and 31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Green, and it's sent back by Bosch. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. Different look here for the Warriors. Vasili's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Whiteside. Good D by Thompson.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Here's Dragic from outside.
I'll tell you what, he'll get some of those hustle points if he keeps boxing out like that.
And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Here's Dragic after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Whiteside with it. He's against Ezeli. Shoots from 8. Another miss by Dragic.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
The Warriors shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And the first one drops. Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Klay Thompson. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Heat trail by 3. Udrich dishes to Winslow. Out to Stoudemire. The pass to Green. Battles through traffic and lays it in. It's stolen by Green. With 1 on the clock. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Warriors lead by 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Barnes and Green of the forward set. Steph Curry's out there with Barbosa, and it's Ezeli in at the 5. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous. And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
I think, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
Bogut back up on top. Golden State moving it around. Here's Barnes. And it's Haslam with the rebound. Cloak loose. And here we go. Warriors running again. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 11 points.
Running it right down their throats. 3 straight buckets in transition.
Yeah, and they're paying the price right now for the lackluster defense. For me, that's inexcusable.
Now, here's Green. Mari Stoudemire missing his last shot. Good on the shot.
Boy, they've been leaning on that outside shot a little too much here in the second.
And Clark is starting to let them down. They've mostly been off target.
Here's Green. Will it go? And the jumper is good. Green's got his second bucket of the game to go. Outside Curry. And the shot no good, a bit short. For so long, there is...
Whoa! Goodness. Woo! You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult. while they're trailing?
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Leandro Barbosa.
Livingston kicks to Green. He dishes it to Spates. And he gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 10.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now here is Barbosa following the miss by Chris Bosh. And it's Green missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
The Heat shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Free throw, good, Whiteside.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Stephen Curry's checked in for Leandro Barbosa.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Curry. Can't get it to go. Rockets with some nice D. Greg, Steve Kerr.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Livingston, that's good.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
The Heat have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Curry with it. Just 3 on the clock. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. That's good from Stephen Curry. And both free throws good for Curry.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And so we wrap up the first half. Warriors ahead, leading by 10. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving presentation of the NBA. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
I I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. And it's Green in at the 3 slot. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off a team, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Here's Curry after the Heat pick up 2. Out to Thompson from outside the arc. No luck. Good D by Wade. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Here's Bosh. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Wade. And he jams that one in.
Watch out below. Get out of his way now.
No way that he was going to slow him down.
Yeah, he was not to be denied on that possession.
Now, here's Thompson. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Green with the block. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Spates checked in for Golden State. Barbosa comes in for Steph Curry. Here's Bosh. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one misses.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Curry's checked in for Golden State. Miami grabs the miss. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Green passes to Dragic. And going out of bounds, touched by Barnes. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league in, Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons. Kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
Dishes to Whiteside. The layup off target. It's Thompson off the drive. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up one.
And he can't hit the second. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
And how about for the Heat having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East? But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot.
Some changes for Golden State. Vazili's checked in for Bogut. Draymond Green comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Luol Deng is checked in for Miami. Tyler Johnson comes in for Dwayne Wade. Now here's Thompson. He has 6.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Barnes against Deng. And Luol Deng gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
You know, one final note, guys, on the Heat and their road losses. They ended up going only 2-8 in their last 10 road games of the year. That was a big part of how they fell out of the 8th playoff seed.
And Green with the basket on the assist by Barnes. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And it's Whiteside off the drive. And he can't jam it through. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Thompson misses.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there. Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel. If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Give it up for
The Warriors making a switch here. Curry's checked in. And Miami also making a switch. Wade, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. Stolen by Thompson. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And the dunk by Barnes.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Thompson with it. He's picked up by Deng. Curry. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Johnson from outside. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one. Curry dishes to Azili. Misses the shot. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Warriors lead by 10. And we're coming right back. Be sure to as we get started for the fourth quarter. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Warriors leading by 10. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Livingston is out there with Curry. And it's Azili in at the 5 down low. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Curry can't get it to go.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Wade outside. Stoudemire, the screen. Clock at 6. On the wing, Deng. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. And it's 7 points for Luol Deng. Curry attacking. Poked loose. Outside, Green. Dragic against Curry. And there's the call on Bosch. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Here's Curry with the 3. They get the rebound. Green ricks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. The kick out to Deng. He feeds it to Dragic. And the shot is long. Warriors leading by 9. Pull-up jumper. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Iguodala. 20 points for Steph Curry.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Deng kicks to Wade. Pass to Bosh. Wide open look. And again, it's the Heat missing.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Curry's shot is good.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
And the rejection by Ezeli. Some changes for Golden State. Andrew Bogut checked in for Ezeli. And it's Barbosa in for Sean Livingston. Offensive rebound. Three-pointer, Wade. It fails to fall. Now shooting just a little better than 50%. 5 for 9. Outside Curry. Another miss by Curry. The Heat trailed by 13. Bogut the pass to Curry. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Curry's got 6 here in this quarter. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Back to Dragic. Looking to end the drought. And it's sent back by Bogut.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And tonight they took the time they needed, made the plays they had to when they had to, and that's why they're going up 1-0 in their 3-game season series against the Heat.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Stephen Curry. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Wade kicks to Dragic. Curry with the steal. On the wing, Thompson. Curry against Deng. It's Curry with the drive. Iguodala kicks to Green. And again, no good by Golden State. Deng for 3. The Warriors pull it in. Thompson. It's offline from half court. So we see the Warriors taking the...
Let's take them back.
Yeah, 94. As the preacher takes a pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up. As far as me, I'm still caught up in all it. Still calling my expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys in one. and the streets start trembling. It's way too many it seems, too many witnesses. Up and down with their visions of what a street is. I call it the seesaw syndrome. Syndrome, maybe you make a mistake, you lose. And this is for the real hip-hop, so would never, ever, ever ask me, am I here to replace a guru?
Word, that's how you feel up on this track? Little try on that.
What you trying to rap now?
Yeah, yo, Royce.
What up, man?
We just lamping in the studio, you know, doing our thing.
Okay.
Bugging out, you know.
Right.
Little test run. So,
I need you to speak with your hands on the count of three. Everybody now, 1, 2, 3, go!
talk to him. Who stepped up in this rap game and seen acting fool?
Me and Preem, both names go together. Lot of frontin' like they ill.
Word. I think it's time to move on to the next one.
I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me run the same course. I'm slipping down a chain reaction, and here I go, here I go, here I go, go. And once again I'm yours in fractions. It takes me down, pulls me down, pulls me down low. Honey, it's raining tonight, but storms always have an eye. Tell me you're covered tonight, or tell me lies, tell me lies. I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me, we're the same force. I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I want you to know that I'm all yours. You and me run the same course. I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light. I'm better under your reflection. But did you know, did you know, did you know, no, that's anybody else that's met ya. Don't look ahead.
Everyone from everyone here at 2K Sports. Nothing like the NBA for Turkey Day. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. The fans are making noise here inside the Oracle Arena for their Warriors. So important to get off on the right foot. New year, new season. These guys have done it. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Porzingis. Aflalo is out there with Calderon. Then it's Anthony. And it's Lopez in the center position. Here's Porzingis. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Porzingis has got his first points in this one.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
First personal foul, teams first.
Now here's Barnes. He's tightly guarded. That's good.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Calderon. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
And stolen by Barnes. Here's Thompson. Aflalo pulls it in.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Anthony with the bucket.
Aaron Aflalo.
Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league in great both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons, kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward.
Kicks it out to Iguodala. Thompson outside. 6 to shoot. And there's the pass to Barnes. From 13. And that one goes long.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Kicks to Calderon. And again, it's New York.
Assistant.
Here's Curry. He has 5. From the arc. That's good. Curry's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Warriors.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
And here's Anthony from the arc. Here's Porzingis. Draymond Green with the rebound.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
To the wing right side. Back to Calderon. Aflalo left side. Latre. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Calderon dishes to Lopez. Calderon, that's good.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Now here's Thompson. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Back to Curry. To the paint. And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Curry.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Iguodala's drive. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Porzingis passes to Calderon. And a miss there on the triple. Iguodala got it off in time, but it's no. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Warriors lead by 6. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oracle Arena, let's keep it going.
Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving presentation of the NBA. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Here are the 5 New York has to start here in the second. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Galloway in at the 5.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Yo, nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
Barnes kicks to Barbosa. And he's good on the 3-ball. Barbosa's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Boy, for the Knicks last season, saying it was rough is an understatement. There was a lot of turbulence, and some of it was due to their defense. They just had a difficult time stringing together stops and cutting down opponent scoring chances.
And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, Thompson. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. The Cavs in the finals are just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
And the Warriors with some changes. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Thompson. And it's Klay Thompson in for Barnes. Then for the Knicks, Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Thomas subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. And he knocks down the first one.
And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in an emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate. And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Now here's Thomas. After the miss from Klay Thompson. Here's Galloway. No good off the front iron.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
And the Knicks making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. Outside Williams. There's the pick. Now the Warriors moving it up. He lobs it up. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Oh, we've got a moment here. Let's look at the last month and the Knicks and how they ranked in the NBA. First and second chance points. Second in free throw percentage. And they're number 2 in fewest turnovers a game. I call that squeezing the orange. And that's a team effort. Everybody valuing the ball.
And going back to their offensive rebounding, and that number 1 ranking in second chance buckets, I think it speaks to their tenacity and physicality. They go at you. No question about that.
For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they looked at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Sean Livingston. And a new group in for the Knicks. Lopez, he's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Amundsen comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. Anthony's checked in for Derek Williams. And it's Aflalo in for Thomas. The offensive rebound. Here's Galloway. Pass to Lopez. There's the pick. Goes up off the pick. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Here's Anthony. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's now only a 1-point Warrior lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The three. Anthony missing again.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
35 seconds left in the first half. Galloway, the pass to Carmelo. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. 10 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. He dishes it to Galloway. The kick out to Aflalo. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two.
Wow, that is a strong move there to go in for the dunk.
And I like the job the defense did to not let him have it. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Knicks. They're up by 1. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
You know, we talk so often about making your teammates better, and his ability to see the floor and then make those passes on time in that first half was the key.
Boy, I tell you what, they say he's not a playmaker, but he certainly has fooled me with the way he's performing right now.
Barnes is the stretch four with Green in the middle. Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. And it's Curry in at the one. So that's the group out there for Golden State. But this game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one. Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're with the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Here's Anthony following the basket by Stephen Curry. And Anthony gets it to go.
You know, basketball can be a thing of beauty, and the Warriors show just how gorgeous ball movement can be last year. Every possession looked like a well-orchestrated concert. It was incredibly fun to watch. Not so much fun, probably, to coach against.
And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Golden State. Bogut comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Porzingis can't hit. Well, the Warriors did zip the ball around very well last year, Clark. They led the league, as Greg was just talking about, led the league in assists per game. It wasn't even close. Over 27 assists per game as a team.
Yeah, 28 times they had 30 or more assists. In 2014, the team that led in that category was the Spurs. They did it only 16 times.
Wow. New York's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Azili's checked in. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own head, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
Here's Thompson off with the layup. The Knicks have gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Calderon passes to Porzingis. On the wing of Flalo. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Williams. Goes up. And Green slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchup.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Timeout called the Warriors. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for Andrew Bogut. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Porzingis. Thomas checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And Thomas, here we go. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. That's good. 6 points for Klay Thompson.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
New York calls timeout. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Calderon kicks to Lopez. And here's Anthony from the arc. And that one's good. Lopez has got his first 2 points.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Warriors lead by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Anthony. Robin Lopez up there with Porzingis. Then there's Aflalo. And it's Galloway in point guard. Curry dishes to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 6th assist on the night.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
Lopez uses the glass to finish the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. On its way from Curry for 2. They get the rebound. And the call will be against Langston Galloway. That is his 1st foul of the game. And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. It's Curry with the drive. Here's Barnes. Here's Livingston. His 3-pointer's off the mark. New York trailing to take the lead. Anthony's shot is off.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Here's Curry with the 3. Can't get it to go. The Knicks go the other way with it.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make 3s, as we saw in the first half.
And Aflalo kicks to Anthony. He feeds it to Lopez. It's stolen by Green. Banked in off the glass. Green's got 4 points this quarter. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to lose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Bogut. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Barnes can't get it to go. Here's Porzingis, guarded by Curry. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his 1st foul. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. That puts them in the lead. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
And the call will be against Langston Galloway. That's foul number 2 for him.
And boy, I tell you what, you want to talk about a long bomb. Good luck catching that thing cleanly.
Curry passes to Thompson. Shot to stop the run. And that one's good.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Green with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Picked him clean. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Anthony. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Knicks?
the activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Galloway kicks to Williams.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
It's Curry with the drive. And the rebound goes to Lopez. The Knicks with the lead. Outside Anthony. Pass to Lopez. Back to Anthony. Passes it to Porzingis. Plenty of space.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Thompson dishes to Barnes. Launches a 3. Thompson misses.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're in front by 2. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A different look for New York. It was Amundsen who's checked in for Lopez. Swallow comes in for Derek Williams. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. Clark, a big-time possession here.
Tell you what, their hearts have to be racing right now.
To the middle. It's stolen by Green.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point, immediately.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Curry attacking. Louis Amundsen is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Here's Curry. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So a close game sees New York take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with it.
들던 그때보다 조금은 잃었어. 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 배웠어. 넘어질 때마다 일었어. 다시 고쳤었지. 이력서 눈부신 성공의 신바람. 잠시나마 불어봤던 휘파람. 한 곡도 퇴근하기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람. 시기 질투 기대 압박을 못 이긴 몇 번의 실축. 자만 나태함 속에 던졌던 말로 홈런을 맞는 실투 다 끝. 난가 같았지만 우린 우리 앞길을 막지 말라고 외치며 마음을 다잡곤 했었지. 진짜 한치 앞도 안 보이는 가시밭길에서도 절대 유턴 없이 잘 봐라 느리로 의지하면서 둘이 딱 붙어갔지. 비극 지금 기가 아프지만 지나고 보면 웃음 나오는 희극. 그래서 우린 지금을 참고 살아. 난 미쳤다 생각하면서 keep dreaming. 희망이란 끈 잡고 살아.
이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈. 넘고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈. 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time.
마치 버릇처럼 내가 나를 착취해 경추 쪽은 딱딱해지고 인식에 붙은 각질 모두 위맑은 땀 대신 날 적시는 건 찐땀이네 잠든 시간에도 문제들이 쌓여 눈 뜨자마자 결정해도 아직 익숙치 않은 타협 시간을 도마 위에 식재료 썰듯 안 하면 하루는 순서가 뒤섞인 음식처럼 망가져 지쳐도 경계하네 공허와 허무 불안감 속에서 상기하네 15년 전 빈 털터리의 여유 억울해도 납득돼 35년간의 필름이 어쩌면 수치 맞은 삶 건축된 우리의 이름이 길르니 어두워지지 않게 서로를 비판하고 세상을 보는 시선 삐딱하게 얼굴에 피어난 주름은 당연해 마치 아파치는 페이스 평가는 다 끝난
The home of the Celtics is sold out and noisy inside here in Boston. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from everyone here at 2K Sports. Nothing like the NBA for Turkey Day. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The Thunder made a special trip here for one game, back in Oklahoma City for the next one. A great start to the season for them, notching 3 wins to tip it off.
You know, for some teams, it takes a little time to get into a groove, to find the traction you need to start the season, but not for this squad. I mean, they've been playing like they have a chip on their shoulder. I like the edge I see out of them.
Yeah, I like it too, man. I mean, playing like they're out to prove a point every night, really taking it at their opponents.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Thunder. Inside, you've got Ibaka and Canner. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2. And it's Durant in at the 3.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Well, last year for the Celtics, they weren't exactly world beaters at home. Still good enough, though, to get the job done.
Yeah, just a game over 500 here in Boston. Not great, but at least it was over 500 for a young up-and-coming team.
Now here's Crowder after Enes Kanter's miss. Thomas, no good. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. And that one's good.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
3 seconds.
Feeds it to Crowder. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
And, you know, for the Celtics at home, they were able to get wins by playing tough defense in front of their rabid fans. Their offense virtually the same as when they were on the road. The defense was the difference at home.
Now here's Lee. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. 4 on the shot clock.
And as you said with the Celtics, it was the D at home that helped them get wins here. They'll want to be better than one game over 500 this season to get back into the postseason.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to. I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Celtics foul call.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played.
Boston ball.
Here's where Oklahoma City sits in the NBA statistical standings right now. Second in scoring. Second in rebounding. And they're number 2 in rejections. This is a team that thrives on blocking shots and takes great pride in it.
And you talk about scoring. Tough to beat a team that can fill it up at all levels. Every time you get a bucket, they're coming right back at you with one of their own.
Here's Kanter. That's tipped. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Sullinger. it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. It's on Jared Sullinger.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoff.
Westbrook double team. From 17 feet out. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. In the corner, Bradley with it. Sullinger the screen. It's Thomas outside. And the shot is good.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts. And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. And it's blocked. He lobs it up. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feed.
And that's the beauty of the game right there. I hope we get the opportunity to see a few.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Celtics with the lead. From downtown. Bradley can't get it to go.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Waiters no luck.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Crowder kicks to Bradley. Sullinger dishes to Lee. In the corner, Crowder with it. Here's Bradley. Boston again missing. And Waiters kicks to Westbrook. And Durant, here we go. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Leading by just one. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving presentation of the NBA. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blockers, and it does intimidate them.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. On the perimeter, it's Waiters and Durant, and it's Westbrook in at the points.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
It's Durant with the drive. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those three was able to finish the season.
Lee. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And listen, those injuries really did the Thunder in. I mean, at no time during the season did they ever really get a chance to gel and play any stretch of games with their entire roster.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Durant kicks to Westbrook. Again, Durant missing.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Lee passes to Crowder. In the corner, Bradley with it. 5 to shoot. Sullinger outside. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Lee gets the bucket.
You know, every franchise will have a year that is just lost to injuries. I mean, it happens. The hard part of it for the Thunder is that it happened while so many of their stars are in their prime.
That's his first personal foul.
Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. Morrow comes in for Kevin Durant. He is stolen by Sullinger. Inside. Here's Crowder.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And he gets the bucket. And it's 9 points for Russell Westbrook.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Dishes it tomorrow. Shot clock at 5. Crowder with the steal. And now it's Bradley running. He can go all the way.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden chance.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Was not even close. I mean, they had points coming from all over the place.
Yeah, they stayed true to the game plan offensively and never strayed at all. Impressive performance.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Johnson comes in for David Lee. Yarebko's checked in for Crowder. And Turner's subbed in for Avery Bradley. So it's Boston now. Johnson with a screen on Westbrook. And there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
There's a screen. And Westbrook, here we go. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Nick Collison. Johnson against Collison. Johnson kicks to Yarebko. He feeds it to Turner. 6 on the shot clock. A nice shot by Zeller.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
Offensive rebound. McGarry, no luck. Now Johnson. Here's Rozier. And so we conclude the first half. Celtics lead by 8. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And now the third quarter to get going. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
You just love it when the decision making is as good as it was there. First half didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
The second half just about to get going here. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Isaiah Thomas.
The Celtics really seemed to get better as last season wore on, too. GA finished the year looking very dangerous.
Kevin, with the Celtics, they were dynamite after the All-Star break. Had the second best record in the Eastern Conference post-All-Star.
Amir Johnson is out there with Yarebko. Then it's Evan Turner. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. And it's Zeller in the 5 spot. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half.
You know, one of the big things for the Celtics after the All-Star break was they played smarter. I mean, they went from the middle of the pack in terms of turnovers to a team that rarely made mistakes.
Yeah, that's a good point about the Celtics and their turnovers. Last year, after the All-Star break, they were 4th in the league in limiting their mistakes. As they played well beyond their years down the stretch.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Sullinger's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Lee comes in for Johnson. Jay Crowder's checked in for Yarebko. And it's Avery Bradley in for Evan Turner. Now, here's Bradley. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Thomas. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down. Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Sullinger dishes to Crowder. And Sullinger kicks to Thomas. To the middle. Here's Lee. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Here's Westbrook. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Celtics leading by 6. Sullinger outside. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Sullinger's got 5 points so far.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Pass to Canner from 13. And that one goes long.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Bradley. But he recovers it. Lee kicks to Thomas. Back to Lee. From past the arc. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Westbrook, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. From deep, Thomas. Thunder with the rebound. Cantor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him. You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Timeout call.
It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
Olenek, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Morrow's checked in. Screened by Ibaka. .137 left in the 3rd quarter. And here's Morrow outside. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
And, you know, for the Celtics, the actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play. And the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
It's Westbrook with the drive.
Celtics foul call. Kelly Olynyk.
The Thunder shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. Sullinger's checked in for the Celtics. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. .110 left in the 3rd quarter. It's Thomas outside. Thomas with another miss.
Well, listen, it was a forgettable series for Celtics fans. However, the Celtics' young core were able to experience postseason basketball. That's something that you can really never replicate. I'm sure they'll be hungry for more of it. And credit Brad Stevens on a terrific job.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
All right, let's keep it going for your Celtics dancers.
So it's the Celtics now. They've led by as many as 11 points. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
I think everyone who saw that game would just have to agree was about what they could do defensively in terms of winning.
And I thought the activity was tremendous all over the court defensively. And that kind of hustle is going to pay off for you. And it also is going to keep your coach happy.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And he gets it to go.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up. Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? Sometimes just a pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
Boston leading by 5. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive. Lee. Outside Thomas. It's Bradley on the wing. Over Westbrook. He got it up in time, but and that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Celtics out in front. They're up by 5. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The Celtics shooting in this game 45%. So for Oklahoma City right now, Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2. And it's Cantor in the 5 down low. And the shot's good from Crowder.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Outside Durant. Goes back up. Waiters passes to Ibaka. No good. Good D by Sullinger.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Bradley kicks to Sullinger. Westbrook against Bradley. Clock at 4. Here's Sullinger. And the call will be against David Lee. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Westbrook. Cantor kicks to Waiters. Lee with the steal. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Looky here. How about that one? That play. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook for future reference.
Perfectly done. He put it on a platter for him. Gosh, that was neat.
And guys, how about the touch there on the finish? Really just flawless.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan as he addressed his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Thanks again, Doris. Outside Thomas. Sullinger the screen. Thomas dishes to Sullinger. Clock at 6. Bradley kicks to Sullinger. And Sullinger missing. Thunder trailing by 8. It's deflected. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Bradley's got the ball. They get it again. Durant with the steal. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. It's stolen by Bradley. Here's Crowder. Buried from 15 feet out. And the Celtics lead by 10. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Westbrook. Off target at the rim. Crowder, the pass to Thomas. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Bradley. Nice ball movement by Boston. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. The pass to Crowder. The feed now to Lee. Shot clock at 5.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Thunder trailing by 12. Screen by Ibaka. Durant in the corner. Lee with the block. And an intentional foul right there. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Augustine's checked in.
Do you recall not long ago when you would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember all we did was get
real is this. Respect this here. Check. I'm from where the hammer's rung. News cameras never come. You and your man's hung in every verse in your rhyme. Where the was slung. Flash every summer. Where the blue vans would come. We throw the work in the can and run. Where the plans were to get funded. Skate up the set to achieve this goal quick. Faced with immeasurable odds. Still I gave straight bets. Someone felt the most something and you nothing. Check.